So this is going to be the continuation of a cautionary tale of backing projects on Indiegogo, which is actually something I used to do a fair amount on the channel here. And for the most part, it worked out. I received some stuff earlier than it would have hit shops for a cheaper price. Obviously, there are some which just never came to fruition, and that's the risk you take of backing some projects. And then we have these, which are the Hub Wireless Earbuds by Discord Sound. And these are just a whole category of their own. So as I mentioned, this is part 2. I'll leave a link to part 1 when I initially received my first pair of these back in May 2019. So just a quick summary of my findings from that first video, but if you would go back and watch it, I'd appreciate the watch time. When I received my first pair of these back in May, the right earbud only worked about 20% of the time. The left earbud worked 60% of the time. They advertised an 8-hour battery life in the earbuds themselves. That was a lie. Liar! It was given an IPX5 waterproof rating. That was also a lie. Found that one out the hard way.
Oh God! Oh dear God!
And above all else, despite all of those issues, I was actually one of the lucky ones. Somebody who actually received something in the first place. Because looking back at the project, having a look at the comments where there is just over 3,500 of them, majority of those are people saying they never received anything in the first place. The other majority are people with the exact same issues that I just listed, and then maybe in there somewhere there's a positive comment. Not sure, I couldn't find any. So like many others, I went to Discord Sound with my complaints and even sent them a link to my video. I hope they liked it. I then learned that refunds aren't a thing they believe in, so we agreed on a replacement pair instead. But at the same time this was going on, they posted to their Indiegogo page that they had been made aware of some of the issues with the first batch, and they were going to stop production and they would continue shipping once the problems had been resolved. But unfortunately, based on my comment section of the previous video, it doesn't seem like that's what they did. Apparently the thought process was, shit, we just produced 1,000 units of faulty earbuds. Let's ship them and then we'll fix them in the next batch, because over time people continued to receive them months after I received my broken pair with the exact same issues. But that brings us back to present day, 6 months later, where we've received these. These are the replacements. I guess the Hub 2.0s. 2.0 is a bit generous. It's too much of an improvement. Let's say 1.5. So what's changed? Well, the good news is these are now officially just a subpar, average, mediocre pair of earbuds. But they work, I guess. The cutting out of sound that we had experienced before with 20% on the right bud, 60% on the left buds, that was the main issue that made them unusable before. That issue does appear to be fixed, although just from a short amount of testing, they do still seem to be more susceptible to interference than, let's say, the Galaxy buds. And again, same as before, they seem to be okay inside. Once you go outside with them, especially I took them up to London, walking around, there's lots of interference there. Yeah, just noticeably more than a decent pair of earbuds. So now that the sound is working, how do they sound? As I said, yeah, they are just like subpar earbuds now. They'd previously boasted that they were designed by engineers from Harman Kardon and Bose. I'm just gonna call that bullshit. They don't sound great. Also on their page, they had estimated that once the crowdfunding was over, they were going to be retailing for $250, which is just laughable. One thing I will say, the thing that was noticeable with the first pair was how they had kind of rushed production, and that was apparent in the build quality, because when you twisted this round, it made the most disturbing scraping, scratching noise. That does appear to be resolved. So yeah, 6 months later, it does seem like they put a little bit more time into the replacement batch. The battery life in these second ones, they do seem closer to what they had estimated, around 8 hours for the earbuds. Obviously, you always need to account for different results based on volume, but at least they seem much closer to the original advertised number. Something that does not appear to be resolved in this replacement pair is they said that they instantly connect to your device. So obviously I can only speak for myself. I have an Android device. Pretty sure it's the same one I was using when I tested the first version of these, but if you take them out, even if they've been paired previously, they won't instantly connect. You'll need to go into your Bluetooth settings, find a device and connect all over again, which, you know, when you've been using something like the Galaxy Buds, which are super convenient to take them out and they instantly connect, you can't go to something like this. So if you were a backer, and there are almost 10,000 of you, or even just to future-proof this video, let's say it's got to the point where these are available just for regular retail, here's what I recommend. If you're thinking of picking these up so you were just looking for a review beforehand, don't do it. Just don't. They're overpriced, they're not very good, there are much better options available. What I'll do is leave a link in the description down below to one of my favorite creators, El Jefe Reviews. The man knows absolutely everything about audio devices, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you with a better recommendation. If you were a backer of the original project and you received the first broken pair like I did, contact them, try to ask for a refund first. Let's see if their policy has changed and refunds are now a thing they believe in. But worst comes to worst, obviously this is proof that you can get a replacement just so at least you've got something for your money. Or if you don't get any response at all, which is something we've seen time and time again, I would take it up directly with your bank. And lastly, if you're a backer who's received absolutely nothing, well, the last update to their Indiegogo page was back in October, where they stated that delivery timelines would be between November and December 2019. If you've still not received anything, they are officially outside of that, and you are well within your rights to go straight to your bank and ask for your money back. And last thing, we still haven't tested version 1.5, we'll call them. Are these ones actually waterproof now? Let's find out. You know what? I'm impressed. Oh, you thought I was going to jump in the shower again? Nah, learn my lesson. But yeah, this is the last update to this horrendous project. So if you want to share your experiences, maybe some advice in the comments down below to help other backers, as I said, there's almost 10,000 of us out there. Yeah, feel free to drop it down below. But if you enjoyed this video, maybe some of the advice I've given, my review of the replacement pair, then remember to give the video a like. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel. And as always, I shall see you in the next one. Didn't actually mean to throw them that hard, but all right.